Peace, 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 peace. What's going on, y'all? This is Chocolate Amun. This is part 3 of my morning message. A woman that's broken cannot be fixed or helped. And remember when I told you 1, 2, and 3, it's not here to degrade any woman, It's not about that. It's about that we don't discuss these things and how a lot of these things occur, and we're trying to pretend like they don't exist. Because this is how we operate in a community. This is how we operate in the church. This is how we operate in the synagogue and all these different institutions. This is how we operate at your job. We operate like this. Oh, we don't do these things. But they are acted out, and I mean acted out on display. So my ancestors, they got on me this morning and said, I want you to talk about these things. I need you to talk about these things. I said I didn't want to talk about these things. My ancestors says, you don't talk about these things. Now some of y'all like, what are you talking about the ancestors? We all have ancestors. That's why we're alive. Because somebody had sex with somebody, and somebody had sex with somebody, and so on. And here we are now in present time. So your ancestors, the people who was here before you. But before we get into that, I want to say this here. I'm Chocolate Amun. Anyone for the first time you're watching my videos, this is part 3. Please go back to watch part 1 and 2 so you can get a better definition on what's going on. Women that's broken that can't be helped. Listen. I want y'all to explain to me, or I'll explain the best I know how for the evidence I have here. Now, my opinions and what I think about a lot of these situations. A lot of people go to church. A lot of people's into God, period. I'm going to tell you something right now. A lot of people are really into God, and that's a beautiful thing. That's great. But a lot of you phony. I want y'all to explain this. Listen, don't explain nothing. I'm gonna explain this because sometimes I get confused myself. How in the world you sitting in church and you sitting up in there, your pastor, your deacon, or whoever they are to you, because these ain't nothing but titles, but you sitting up there as a woman masturbating on how you're going to get this man. I want you to think about that for a minute. Because remember I told you, you can't help no broken woman. Or you can't even fix her. But how can this woman sit there and masturbate on trying to get the pastor, the deacon, and they got women, wives, in these institutions? Come on now, come on. You see, y'all don't like talking about these things. Now, I'm not going to let you men slide off of here. You got wives and children. And you sitting up there, you trying to help these broken women. You know they can't be helped. They go to church because they're looking for some kind of sovereignty, some refuge. Not from your ass, for their own insanity. Hear me clearly. Women don't go to church for sovereignty and looking for you to help them. They're looking for their own insanity. They're looking for other women who's just like them. You think because a woman's in church, she's safe? You safe? Hell no. That is free marketing. Sex in church in each institution runs rapidly. You think because you married in church, you safe? You honestly believe this? You truly believe that you are safe? Honestly, how are you safe in church? Is a man as a woman? All you got to do is look around you while you in church. See who sit next to who. You're going to see a lot of women that sit next to each other. They don't sit next to too many men. You want to know why? Their mind is going. That brother could be half good looking, semi good looking. She gonna be like, who's that? But she ain't gonna tell none of them that. She be like, that motherfucker look good. In your church. Yes, in your church. And what did she do? Think about it. Now she gonna find somebody who she's used to, who's comfortable to talk to, and her dialogue. She ain't gonna even use a man. She'll even find a man that's soft. Now, soft not meaning he's soft or protecting him. It's soft that he's sensitive. He's more of a woman, not gay. It's that he just agree with women all the time. He always agree with women, and women like that. Women love when a man constantly agree with them, and he could be like a protector per se. Because you got men that's like that. They mama's boys. I love my protect my mother. Understand what I'm saying when I just did that? Now, my point what I'm making is this here. When these women in church, because I'm not trying to just go straight into it. I want you to understand something there. These women in church are more freakier. Mentally than the average female. Because all their sexual desires is held inside them. Because it's like a bondage. Matter of fact, it is a bondage. It's like that movie 50 Shades. How the man is controlling the woman by using these different objects. Well, the woman in her mind, she's got all these sexual desires in her mind, and she is like God is the sex slave. You cannot do this. Pay attention to me now. I know some of y'all like, what the hell is he talking about? But a lot of you know what I'm talking about. Because if you in church and you know this pastor, this deacon, has a wife and kids, and all of a sudden you need help, you want them to talk to you so you feel he's strong enough to be able to have a conversation with you, why you don't go to another woman and do that? Why you don't go to know another woman in church to have that conversation with? You don't want to, you see, because that desire has already overpowered you. And you find that deacon or that pastor attractive, especially in power. His so-called power, that divine power, you believe you got to have some of that. You'll even start to believe why she has it. Why she got to have that? Why she getting all that attention? You want it. So now you make your way over to the pastor or the deacon or the reverend, however you want to call it. And then all of a sudden, you want to have private meetings. You need to speak to him. This is all part of an act that a lot of women do. Some women get caught, some women don't get caught. Some women don't give a damn. Remember I told you in 1, 2, and 3, if a woman want a man, remember that pastor don't know she broken like that until she reveals piece of it. Piece of herself. And that's going to be like 0.5% or centimeter. Because she don't want him, I don't want you to think that I'm a whore or some kind of. Pay attention to me now. This stuff runs rapidly. You cannot fix a broken woman. You cannot even help her. She know that. That doesn't mean a woman who's broken can't be fixed. She's not surviving. You got rich women who's broken. Some of you know them. You see them on TV a lot. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Look how they act. Look how they respond. You know what I mean? Oh, I got my career. My career is everything to me. They in love with their career. They push themselves into that. You think they don't have no physical sex? Just because you don't see it? That's a different kind of woman. That's the mature woman who sits there and uses that. Uses her career and totally focus on her career. It's so balled up inside her. And then she finally gets that one. That one who she can control. But her career is number one. So she can't really control him that much because she can't put all her emphasis in him. That's how she loses. She uses her money. I can pay for this. I can pay for that. To control him. It depends on what type of man he is. Is he going to allow himself to be a sex slave? Now back to what I was talking about with the church. That woman that knows she ain't supposed to be talking that deacon, that reverend like that, but she do it anyway. She's hoping to get alone with him. When she do get along with him, she's going to cry. She's going to show all these different emotions so he can come close to her. So he can hold her. So he can console her. Once that human contact take place, her imagination, her imagination is going to go off the chain. She going to be like, he could be mine. He felt me this way. He held me. He understands me. She going to put all kinds of things in her mind. And make no mistake, that woman, she knows she got tits, ass. Because she going to be, when she walk out the door, she knows what she doing to make sure that he going to look at this booty. He going to want this booty because it's juicy. She don't care about his wife and his children. She coming to seek and destroy. And 9 out of 10, she gonna be successful. That's why a lot of pastors, preachers, deacons, they get caught. Some women get caught. There was a case in Atlanta that the woman was seeking for the pastor. Oh, she got the pastor, but she didn't know he had AIDS. The pastor's in jail for 10 years. He was having sex with a lot of women and had his congregation. But he had AIDS. And see, a lot of these women like, yeah, I have sex with the pastor. I was giving him, I was doing all kinds of stuff with him. And then all of a sudden the AIDS came out. See, now this is how the woman's mind get blown away. Oh, before she come out of it, she gonna blame him altogether. He did it to me. He hypnotized me using God. You didn't have to have sex with him. You wanted to have sex with him. These are intelligent women. These are intelligent women who get caught up in this kind of mess. So you think intelligence have something to do with being broken? It has nothing to do with being broken. It has nothing that you cannot fix a broken woman. It does not. There's a case in Nassau. In Nassau, you could look this stuff up. Woman put on a pamper and drove all the way to find her lover. And she killed him. This woman works for Nassau. But here's the gimmick. She puts on a adult pamper so she don't have to stop fucking driving. She drove all night long. Because she wanted to kill this man. He was like, I can't have him. Nobody can. Broken. Can't help him. And some of you dudes are stupid than a motherfucker. You won't never get it. Because once you fuck them, once you fuck these women, hell is coming. Because they ain't got names. Listen here. If you can find a woman and her mind ain't fucking fucked up or corrupted, you okay. You better hold on to that shit. Because most of these women are broken and you can't help them. Because they're constantly going to battle you. Or they're going to try to destroy you. This is Chocolate Amun Ra. This is part 3. We ain't done yet. All this got to come out. Somebody's got to tell it. And you can get mad. You go, he was talking about women. I'm not talking about women. I'm telling you the facts. And you women know it. I got daughters. I know a lot of female friends. A lot of my female friends have been agreeing with me. So you figure it out. Why my female friends agree with me? Because they know it. They see this shit. Now, all women is not like that. But you damn sure better be careful. Because you don't know which one is it. I told you one in section 1. I mean, the first video I made, excuse me, that some of them can hide. We're gonna get into that number 4, in part 4. Let's give all praises to the Father. Matter of fact, I already did that, so I'm almost slip. Let's be out of here. Peace. I'm Chocolate Amun Ra. Whoever haven't, this is the first time you're watching my video, you know, you need to go to 1, 2. This is number 3. And, yo, enjoy it. Listen, it's an educational lesson, you know. The problem is, a lot of people, we don't want to talk about these things. We don't talk about the community. We don't talk about our church, our institutions, the jobs. These things happen with this daily life. You don't want to talk about it because it's the truth, and you don't want to face that. Matter of fact, it's not about facing. It's about trying to understand and get to understand of what is going on here and our own people, mentally, spiritually, psychologically, and physically. You don't want to do these things, so what you do is you back away. We have bad habits of doing that. But then you want to follow another race, another culture, when they want to come out, and then all of a sudden, everybody want to come out. Oh, yeah, that happened to me. Oh, that happened to me. You could have been there and said that. Are you serious? There's a lot of good brothers out here that's out there pumping this stuff out now. But a lot of you don't want to, you don't want to help these people. You don't want to back them up when they bringing things out like this to try to figure out in our community why these things is happening. Listen here, the ancestors told me to speak to this today, and I'm speaking. So I'm not done yet, man. It's going to probably be a long series. It's going to be a long series. I don't know how many parts it's going to be. I'm honestly telling you, this is coming out. So I'm Chocolate Amun Ra. This is the morning message part 3. Peace.